Hello everyone, my name is Christian Berry and this is our final project for the BookStore API. Now what we have here first is all of our imports, which were first given to us through the FAST API. And then we first wanted to develop a website, but quickly found out we would rather much do it through UVcorn. And here we're able to connect to MongoDB through our async. And from there, we have our first method, which creates the database. And we insert all of the books that we'd like with their IDs, the authors, the price, and the stock amount. We did 11 books in total to begin. And here we have created our indexes for our search criteria for the methods below. And then from there, we create our pipelines. And this is to receive the amount of books in stock, the top 5 books, and the top 5 authors. We also created this async method to output those pipelines, and we aggregate them, and then we print out each of those pipelines. From there, we have this asyncio.create task aggregation, and this is needed when running UVcorn. Otherwise, it will not be recognized and cause an error. And from there, we have our Pydantic model for the book class. And so we can create the title, author, description, price, stock. And from there, we have our validators for each of those as well. From there, we start to see our API endpoints. And this first get method is just receiving all of the books inside the database. From that, we have another get method which gets the book ID and returns the whole book itself. You find one book through the ID. And then we have this other get method which is very similar to the first one, which is exactly similar to the first one. And we have another search method, and you're able to search for a book through the title, the author, and the price. And so as you can see here, we have this regex, and this allows you to search for the a title or author regardless of if it's capital or lowercase. From there, we have a create a book method, so you're able to just create a book and then it will be given an ID and added to the database. This is an update book method, so you take an existing book through a search of the book ID, and then you manipulate each of its features. The book ID. And our last method is the delete book method. And this is simply found through the book ID as well. So from there, to begin the whole process, we open a terminal and type in mongod, which starts up Mongo and is needed to run mongosh. But here we're gonna open up and activate the virtual environment. And then from here, you're gonna see that I use the UVcorn command. After I press enter, it should load up. Perfect. And you will see the aggregation method at work. You'll see the total number of books in the store, and it outputs 128. You'll see the top 5 best-selling books, which is found through the amount of books left in the database, the amount in stock. Here, 128 in stock. Top 5 best-selling books. You can see it goes 1, 2, 2, depending on stock, meaning it's been sold. And then from here, we have the top 5 authors with the most books, and this is just based on how many books are in our database. From there, we click on this link, which takes us here, and this outputs us all of the books in our database. And then if you want to get to the FAST API, we're going to just add a /docs #/ up on the address. And that brings us right here, and you can see all of our endpoints. We have our index endpoint, the book ID get book endpoint, update book endpoint, delete book endpoint, the get books endpoint, similar to the index endpoint, and then we can create a book here with the post and another get book endpoint. So to show an example, here's the index. We put the try, execute, and this will output all of the books we have in our database so far. It'll output each book right there, 1 through 11. I'm going to clear that, and we're going to try to look for a book through its ID. So we're once again, try it out, click book ID, we're going to put in 3, and we'll execute, and we'll find the book that has the ID of 3. And here we see it's To Kill a Mockingbird. So we see that our search book ID works, and we're going to update a book. So to prove that this works, we're going to take the same book ID, we're going to take 3, and we will manipulate and change and update this book. So I'll put shoestring, and this is just to show you that this is a method that actually works, and the inputs can actually manipulate our database. Put the price. We're going to execute, and it's going to let us know that the book has been updated successfully. I will close this tab, and to prove this work, we'll go back to the get book where you saw we found what was at 3, and we'll do 3 again, and we'll execute. And you'll see now that it has changed, and it has turned into shoestring, fry guys, 3.99. So we see that our update book method works. And now we're going to show you that our delete book method works. We'll do try it out. We will search for the book ID. We'll do 3, execute, and that'll delete the book, and it'll show that book is deleted. And to prove that this works, we will look for this book once more, and if it had worked, we will see that the book is no longer in the database, and it will tell us that book does not exist. Perfect. So we see that the delete method works, and we're going to move on, and we are going to check the get books, which is similar to the index. This will just retrieve all of the books given. And you'll notice here that because we deleted 3 is no longer in the database. It goes 2 to 4, and everything is still as so. Here we will create a book. We'll try it out, manipulate the title, author, description, price, and stock. We'll do happy. We'll put birthday, today, random price, random stock 4, and we'll execute that. It'll say that our book has been created, book added successfully, and we will once again double check our work by getting the books. We will get the full database of the books through our get books method, and we'll see through our create a book, we have created our book. And because we deleted 3, it has been given 3 again, out of order but still intact, and can be searched normally. And here we can search for our book through the title, author, and min price, and see when we type the, it'll output everything with the beginning in the title, The Catcher in the Rye, The Metamorphosis, The Old Man and the Sea. And then to prove that the regex function works, we're going to put the with a lowercase. We'll restart, and we'll see that it still outputs the same thing. And then to prove that our author function works as well, or author search feature works as well, I'll put Franz, and from there you will see that Franz Kafka shows up for author. And with that, that is our final project with our Bookstore API.